Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 7 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we've got plenty of games to get through. The first game is against Darby in the league for us to get through, and we've then got some more matches to play afterwards. Next game is going to be against Brentford. That's an away game again in the league, and another league match to end things on in today's episode against Middlesbrough. That's going to be a home game, obviously a tougher match for us. They're currently I think second in the league, albeit like 10 points behind us, so quite a distance between us and them right now. Hopefully that gap doesn't close up before that game against Middlesbrough. We'll wait and see though how he gets on in today's episode. Before we get into things, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button all down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with today's episode. And this is the team I'm going to go for the game against Darby. We've got Rival starting in goal, Ayling, Janssen, Flint and Berardi in defence. In front of that, O'Kane and Vieira, with Alioski, Hernandez and Roof as our centre attacking mids. Trubisky there as our striker. He's leading the line with Lazoga just getting onto the bench in today's game. We did play a few days ago, so there's been a few changes to the team to try and rotate things around, as well as the fact that we have a game against Brentford coming up soon as well. Let's crack on with the game, see how we get on against Darby, hopefully get ourselves the 3 points. Okay, let's see how we get on against Darby here. Hopefully going to get ourselves 3 points and try and remain top of the league. Of course, we will remain top of the league regardless because of the 10-point gap between us and Middlesbrough, but trying to obviously still extend our lead in front of them if possible. I think we're on 37 points or something like that, which is pretty good. Obviously trying to push on to 40 points if we can after this game. Let's see how we get on. Got to try and keep up the high performances and high results that we've been obviously getting over the last few games and throughout the season so far. Can we get off to a good start? We have done as well. Alioski gets himself a headed goal into the back of the net, and I don't know how he's managed to get on the end of that. One of the smallest players on the pitch has managed to somehow duck enough to get on the end of it. Really, really strange, but a great delivery in from the left-hand side. I think it might be Berardi on the overlap. Just cuts on his right foot and gets a nice little ball into the back post. Such a good chance early on for us here. Berardi just cutting in, and Alioski there just getting into a better position than the fullback. The fullback doesn't seem to try and defend that at all. You can see he tries to throw a leg at it, doesn't get anywhere near Alioski, and he's actually miles away from the ball in the end, and it's a really comfortable finish and a great start to the game for us. 1-0, 4 minutes in, exactly the start that we really needed in this game. Berardi into Pablo Hernandez, makes a great run, now going to go for a cross into the middle as one option, but couldn't quite pick anyone out, got blocked and out for a corner. I think we might just put this one straight in. Actually, we've got a couple of taller players in there, Janssen being one of them looking for a flick on. Roof will try and get there for a header out for another corner. We'll go for a similar sort of thing. This time, hopefully Janssen can actually get a proper head on it. It might be Trubisky. In fact, the keeper's beating everyone to it. Luke Ayling looking to try and get forward here on the right-hand side. Pablo Hernandez is inside here, takes a touch and shoots. Oh, what a save from the goalkeeper. Thought that was being a second goal, actually, there. Carson makes a good save, and it's out for a corner. I was going to play this one short, but missed the opportunity. Goes in. Roof looking for a flick on, and looked more like a shot in the end, but it was definitely meant to be a flick on, and it had to be cleared away by the defender. Still got the ball, though. Looking to try and create if we can. Got to try and find some different options for us here. Intercepted. Go on, Pablo. He's managed to get there as well in front of Curtis Davis. Still going, Pablo. Oh, there was a challenge there. Luckily for Curtis Davis, he gets the ball because that was a very close one. Another corner opportunity, another opportunity where I should have probably played it short, but we won't anyway. Janssen's in there, connects with it. Oh, cleared off the line. And Trubisky's still in there, connects with it, but again, saved. So close. Thought that was going to be the second goal just before half-time. Didn't happen, and still remains 1-0 going into the half-time break. Let's see what we get on in the second half. Obviously still looking for the second goal. Probably deserved it based on the chances that we've had. But yeah, certainly have more chances than Darby. They've not looked that much of a threat at all. Got to make sure we get the second goal. Got to try and get it quickly as well. Because it's these sort of matches where if it drags on a little bit longer, you start to get to the point of the game where Darby throw loads of players forward and then get themselves an equaliser. It's happened before. Hopefully we don't let it happen again. Trubisky looking into Pablo Hernandez on his left foot. He's going to shoot now. Couldn't quite find the corner enough. Scott Carson again gets there pretty comfortably. Another good chance for us, but not really a clear-cut one, I wouldn't say. Just more of a half chance. Okay, 20 minutes to go. All three changes. Click, Sacco, and Strudal's all squad. We'll take off O'Kane, Alioski, and Hernandez. Freshen things up a little bit. Of course, there's 20 minutes to go, but we're still looking for the second goal, and it frustrates me so much when you stay at 1-0. So much. I want to get more goals than a 1-0. Hate 1-0s. Hate 0-0s. Hate 1-0s. Got to try and get some more goals if we can in this game. Obviously, got to make sure we don't concede at the same time. Roof out wide to Stuart Dallas. That's good. Stuart Dallas now coming inside. Still going on his right foot, maybe. Takes a deflection. Oh, headed towards goal. Hits the post. Sacco was nearly there, but so close. Unbelievable again that we've not managed to get ourselves a second goal. Hits the post. Pings around the box a little bit, and we're unable to get ourselves the second goal yet again. Such a close chance. Such a good opportunity. Again, not managed to take it. And just not good enough at all. Not quite slick enough. Not quite managed to take our chances when we had to. And yeah, it's feels more like a loss, even though it's a 1-0 victory here, but just 1-0's really frustrate me because there's just so boring almost as a scoreline, like a 1-0 I'm not happy with ever. I always want to try and score more goals than that, but 3 points will take it, of course. But yeah, we've got to try and improve things. I've been saying it a little bit too much, I think, recently, because the scorelines have been too narrow for my liking. I prefer 2-3 goals in front of the opposition at least. But yeah, not managed to do that. Just 1 goal in this game, and it should have been much more. The stats will also show it as well. 9 shots, 6 on target compared to their 2 shots, 2 on target. Clearly not clinical enough. A lot of half chances. Unable to break down the opposition's been a big issue. Probably have to look at the tactics, I think, a little bit, and the instructions they give to the players. But anyway, we are now on 40 points. That's really, really good, of course. And Middlesbrough have actually dropped down. They clearly lost their last game. So Hull City have now moved up, and they are 11 points behind us. So interesting that now a little bit more competition between the teams that are below us. Obviously, a little bit of changes to them in those positions, those sort of playoff positions below us, and also the automatic one as well. We have got somebody, I think, getting Player of the Month, is it? I don't know who it is, though. I can't quite tell who that is. Let's wait and see exactly who it is. Can't tell by the face. Is it Sayers? I don't know who it is. Yeah, it is. It's Samu Sayers. Just can't quite tell from his picture in game, but clearly he got Player of the Month. Really happy about that. It's obviously great to see some of our players getting it. Clearly we should be, obviously, with the fact that we are top of the league by quite a margin. Player development, let's go on some player drills and see how we get on this week. Same players, no interest in actually changing them around this week. Pretty sure that we should have a little bit of progress at least. Yeah, we've got Grot going up in particular, and I think 4 of his attributes across the board. Gets a little bit closer to 72 overall. Lazaga's just got to 75 overall now as well, which is really good news for us. We'll move on to the next game now against Brentford. We'll change around the team a little bit, and yeah, we'll see. Have a look at the side that we're going to put out for this game. What we're also going to do before this game is change on the tactics a little bit. So we're going to start our own custom tactic. Haven't yet done that, so I thought we'd probably implement it in today's episode. And this is the custom tactic that I've gone with. Basically, quick passing, short passing as well, and trying to do a lot of sort of build-up play and get a lot of shots away, chance creation, all those sort of things is what we're kind of aiming for with this team. You can see all those. You can change them to your own if you really want to. You can use that if you really want to as well. We'll wait and see. We're kind of experimenting with it in this game against Brentford. Also, the instructions will have been tweaked a little bit, but not that much. Going with the target man up front, get into the box basically for the centre attacking mids, holding the position for the holding midfielders, and we've not yet to go with overlaps for our fullbacks. Don't want to try and overcommit too many players and get hit on the break, so we'll go with that. This is also going to be the starting 11 for this game against Brentford. Reval again in goal for us. Anita at right back, Janssen, Flint, and Borthwick Jackson in defence. Phillips and Vieira in front of that. Sacco, Sayas, and Alioski as our 3 centre attacking mids with Lazaka there starting up front. Pennington asked to start, or he asked to play at some part anyway, as he gets on the bench. Probably will come off the bench if we need him. Cooper, okay, and Rue Fernandez, Dallas, and Chibitsky there as other options. I might actually put Grot on there, just to kind of mix things up a little bit, take Dallas off, and, you know, Grot might get an opportunity for once. Let's see how we get on against Brentford. Hopefully get ourselves 3 points again. Want to get more than a goal, though. We've got to make sure we get in front of the opposition by at least 2 goals in this game. Okay, let's crack on with this game against Brentford, see how we get on, hopefully get ourselves 3 points, and I need another quick start ideally, but we've got to try and push on from the quick start in this game. Alioski starting strong already, going for a chip into the middle, but cross wasn't really up to much. Good chance, or well, it's intercepted by Janssen. I think we've got a goal kick there. Or not being given as a corner. I thought Janssen kicked it at the attacker, to be honest. Good start here from Brentford, though. All kind of stemmed from the fact that Anita struggled physically to deal with their attacker, who was on him and trying to win back the ball from him. So, yeah, might need to look at that already. We're only like 5 minutes in, but you can kind of see that as a bit of a weakness so far. Not looked fantastic, Anita, I don't think, as a fullback for us. I preferred him, I think, in the once or twice that I've played him as a holding midfielder. So maybe that's where he'll get a bit more of a game, to be honest, going forward. Can't see him playing too much there as a fullback, because he has, like I say, looked pretty weak there at times. Oh, well played, Sacco onto Lazaka, trying to get around his man and shoot. Lazaka scores, and we've capitalised from a big mistake there from Brentford, trying to play it out from the back. I've managed to just beat them to a bit more strength there in the attackers, trying to win it back off their defenders and midfielders, and it's just brought down to Lazaka, takes a little touch, gets around their defender, and gets a good shot away. Scores as well, 20 minutes in. You can just see the way that he tries to spend a little bit too much time bringing it down. Sacco's onto him straight away fantastically, and Lazaka there with a brilliant finish. Can't stop that. We're in the game 1-0. Good start to the game. Got to push on, though. Got to pretend that we're still 0-0 and try and forget about that goal and try and make it 2 or 3. No, got to clear it. Anita again looking in trouble in there. Just managed to hold them off enough. Janssen clears. Not good enough defending. Should have cleared that much more easier than we did. And an injury. luckily not to our guy. It's Judge that's going to have to go off. That's it for the first half. Still win the game 1-0. Similar sort of position as to the last game, to be honest, where we get the goal and then we kind of stop being able to attack properly. It's frustrating. It happens so many times, and it's not to do with me not wanting it anymore. It's to do with the change in the opposition, which prevents us from being able to attack as well. Obviously, they start to attack a little bit more. They start to defend a little bit stronger and start to push for the goal a little bit more. So it is very frustrating. It happens so much. Got to try and just go even further, try and push even further in the second half, but it's looking really, really unlikely already, and there's still 45 minutes to go, so very frustrating, but we've got to try and find a way to get the second goal. Can't continue like this, just getting one goal in front of the opposition. Got to try and make things a little bit more exciting than just a one goal, so hopefully going to try and do that, hopefully going to start to open up a little bit and expose them. If not, then we'll have to look to different options. Sayers is through and should score. Don't care what foot you're taking it, we should score that. Should score. At least on target, but should score. Sayers. Oh, look for the ball through there to Sacco. Oh, he's running through. Sacco still going, trying to turn and shoot. Great run from him. That's more like it. He's the only player that really makes those sort of off-the-ball runs, and it helps, obviously, with his pace, but no one else really makes those sort of runs like him. He does seem to just cut inside of the fullback fantastically well. Janssen bring the ball forward to Alioski, who turns, does well, actually, gets around his man, shoots and saved. Some really good chances. I don't care about chances on goals, though. Still remains 1-0. Alioski again getting forward, looking for an opportunity here to cut it back if he can. Oh, it's a good pass. Oh, no, this is getting ridiculous now. This is unbelievable. Why did that not go in? How did that not go in? He took a shot and it must have taken a deflection or was saved onto the post or something ridiculous like that. Oh, this is actually... I'm starting to get to the point where I'm thinking that we just can't get a second goal. Like, the game's stopping us from getting a second goal. We're getting to that point now. Oh, so close. Brentford going forward. Don't get an equaliser. You've had one shot. That's his second shot of the game. 65 minutes in. It's an embarrassment. Okay, first change. Hernandez is going to come on, and we are going to therefore take off Alioski. Getting quite tired again. Don't know why that is. What's his stamina like? 73, so not too bad, but he's going to be replaced by Hernandez here. 25 minutes to go. Hopefully going to get ourselves the second goal. Still searching for it. So frustrating that you can't get it, but we are going to, I think, then look probably at changing the striker at some point. We might even change it now, thinking about it. Take off Lazaga and bring on Chabitsky. Just hope he gets into the box for once, you know. He does a great job at scoring goals from like the edge of the box and things, and is a really good sort of poacher, but just doesn't seem to sort of run into the box enough. He just spends a lot of time outside of the box when we're out wide, and that's obviously not the place to be when we have like literally no other options there. Final change, Pennington's going to come on. We'll take off Anita, purely just to give Pennington a little bit of game time, as he asked for. 17 minutes left of this game. Obviously, we want to be making changes to try and win matches, and that isn't necessarily going to allow us to do that. But I actually think Pennington might be a better option right back for us over Anita, because obviously Anita, a very weak player, despite him having more pace, but I prefer stronger players in that sort of position. Against tougher attackers, taller attackers as well. Third shot, nearly scored. This is actually unbelievable, the way that the opposition just seems to have so many good chances, like scoreable chances as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually draw this game. It's unbelievable the amount of chances we've had, though. Chabitsky over to Pablo Hernandez. Great pass. Pablo Hernandez needs some support coming inside. Oh, how are we not getting a second goal here? Could have played it maybe to Chabitsky, but the angle looked tight. The sort of... Oh, this is... No, did that just happen? Seriously? Don't score. Don't... This... I can't believe what's just happened. The amount of things that went against us there, I mean, that's... Oh, I have no words. I have no words. How many things went against us in that attack? You could just see it. You could just see it. Look at Pennington is. What an embarrassment. And I know it's a 1-1 draw, and that's, you know, it happens, that sort of thing. We're in a fantastic position in the league, but... The actual results aren't that bad. Like, the results are not bad at all. The performances are dreadful right now. We're winning the league by a mile, but the performances are dreadful. Like, we're not playing how we should be playing. I don't care about 1-0 victories, don't care about those sort of things. I want the performance to be good, and the performance really isn't good at the moment. And that's frustrating that even though we are winning games, we're not performing particularly well. And a draw here is, again, you know, fine. On another day, I don't mind sort of drawing, but it's the fact that we've had enough chances to win that game. It's not like it has been close to being a draw. We've had enough chances. We should have taken the chances. We just haven't had the finishing there. Haven't had the luck. Haven't had the rub of the green, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we just should be doing so much better than this. This performance-wise isn't good enough. We can be 9 points in front, but still you've got to perform better than we have done. We don't really deserve, based on performances, to be in front. Results have been good. Can't deny that. Results have been good, but... I want more goals than one, and that's cost us in this game, and it will continue to cost us if we don't sort it out. On a positive note, got Cam Phillips up to 72 overall. I still don't really know where to take that last game, to be honest. How did it... Let's move on. I can't even be bothered, because that is ridiculous, but... Yeah, on to the next game, on to the final game of today's episode against Middlesbrough. They've drifted down to 6th position now, 5 points behind 2nd, and too many to count behind us, which is good. We'll move on to some more play drills actually before this next game against Middlesbrough, because we do have a little bit more time before then. And this week we've seen Grot go up to 72 overall. Great news, fantastic to see some more players go up in overall. Grot hasn't really been given that much of a chance, was nearly given an opportunity in the last game, but decided to bring on Pennington just to kind of make him a little bit happy, but clearly didn't work at all. He messed up again. Positioning was dreadful. Okay, so it's the final game of today's episode against Middlesbrough. This is the team I'm going to go with. Rival starting goal, Ayling, Janssen, Flint and Berardi in our defence. We've got Anita, Vieira in front of that, Hernandez, Ciaz and Alioski as our 3 centre attacking mids with Lozoga there starting up front. We've got then on the bench, Shaughnessy, not been given that much of a game time, but I actually think in terms of his stats, his attributes, his physical presence as well, could actually be a good option for us at times, I think, to use him a little bit more. So he gets on the bench here, Cooper alongside him, okay, and Roof, Psycho, Javitsky and Grot again all on there. So, yeah, we've made a couple of changes. Dallas and Phillips miss out totally in this game, just giving those guys a rest, and also I don't think particularly appropriate for this match against Middlesbrough. We'll see how we get on, hopefully get ourselves 3 points in this game. Obviously disappointed to drop points, but ultimately the performance is, for me, what matters most rather than the points that you get from games. Because I think once you get the performance, then you get the points anyway. So we've got to try and get the performance right in this game. Hopefully we can do that against Middlesbrough. Obviously they're in a position to potentially still challenge us. Of course, we're a little bit further in front of them. I think 14 points or something. But still, they can certainly affect our position in the league table a little bit further down the line if we were to lose to Middlesbrough here. Let's see how we get on. Obviously, they've got a great quality team. I think ours is just as good, if not better. Okay, let's crack on with this game against Middlesbrough. Got to get ourselves a better performance. I think I've still yet to adapt to a little bit of the gameplay, I think, on this game. I think that's part of maybe the issue here. The movement of the play seems to be a little bit different this time round, and still something to get used to, as well as the passing, I think, as well. The first touch has definitely been tweaked. So there's still a few things I've got to get used to. Got to try and play a few more games, I think, in order to be able to do that. But hopefully that'll happen, and we'll be able to have some better results than what we've seen, and better performances as well overall. But again, just not enough plays in the box. Like, that sort of position there, we actually saw Lozoga move backwards rather than forwards as Hernandez was trying to get into the box. That sort of thing's a little bit unusual. Don't know why that's happening. I don't know if that's something wrong with EA's game, but certainly that sort of thing, you want to be getting into the box there as a striker, not moving away. Got ourselves a corner nonetheless. Alioski to deliver. Janssen's in there. Great bit of movement from him this time, but couldn't quite connect it properly. Alioski will try again. Good delivery. And headed away, couldn't quite get in front of his man there. Not too sure who it was that we had competing for it, but he did a good job anyway. Janssen won it back out of the pitch, but then lost it again. Oh, Janssen had to make a foul there 10 minutes in. Could that be a yellow card? Not the way that we want to start this game. Obviously, don't want to get a yellow card this early on, but it seems like it's happened there with Janssen. I do think they're a little bit card heavy on this game. That's something I'd also like to see them tweak a little bit. Because for me, yes, it's not a good challenge there. Actually, maybe that probably is a yellow card. But I've seen other examples where we've had like yellows and reds where I don't know whether I completely agree with them. Alioski running forward, looking for a cutback. Someone's got to be in space. Come on. Got to try and break them down better than this. No movement at all, so static next to the markers. It's not what we need at all. But Berardi trying to make a run into the box. Again, some sort of issue where there's not enough players in there. Oh, come on. Ciaz, go on. That's better off the post. Got a feeling the keeper should probably do a little bit better than that. Seemed to move to it a little bit late. But so close to an opening goal there for us. But again, hit the post. I lost count how many times I've done that now. Half time, 0-0. I'd probably sum that up in a word as clumsy, to be honest, that first half. Sloppy in midfield, not good enough passing, didn't look a threat going forward at all. We certainly have possession in better areas than Middlesbrough, and I say that a lot because it does happen a lot. We get around the edge of their box a lot, don't get past their defence and into the box a lot, which has been the major issue that we've had because you can't really score that many goals from outside the box. We try, we've had a lot of shots and we have scored some, but you can't keep doing it every single game, and it doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. And I think we're going to have to look to change formation a little bit, not massively, literally just to the wide version of the formation that we've got at the moment, and see whether that helps us out a little bit. We're really struggling, to be honest, and we'll see how that goes in the second half. Got to try and change something, hoping that if we bring out those players a little bit further out wide, that it gives us a few more gaps in the centre positions. But we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, I'm kind of running out of ideas a little bit, because I want to try and keep things realistic in formation and the team selection. But if it's not getting us good performances or results, then we're going to have to look to change things a little bit more drastically than I'd hoped. Out wide to Alioski. He's going to come inside here, look for a cross into the middle. Great delivery. Azoga's in there. Oh, finally it's happened. Finally someone's got in the box. Finally the delivery's been right. Finally it's found the back of the net. It's 1-0, 63 minutes in. Azoga gets the headed goal, and it's been the source of a few of our goals so far in today's episode. Gets himself another really, really good header as well, by the way. Goalkeeper not going to be able to stop that. Good little cut back though. If you look at this from Alioski, just comes back on his left foot. Great delivery. Can't argue with that at all. Fantastic header. Great finish. Can we get ourselves a second, though? That is the question. Okay, all three changes. Jabitsky, O'Kane, and Shaughnessy all to come on. We're going to go to a 5 at the back formation and see how we get on with these guys here. Anita's going to go play as our right back. We're going to have, obviously, therefore, Ayling drop in as a centre back and play alongside Janssen and Flint. A few changes, kind of done that just to allow us a second striker is the reason why I've gone 5 at the back. Obviously, we can't go 4-4-2, that's probably a stupid decision to make, but we're going to go 5 at the back in order to compensate to play 2 strikers and try and get a second goal. So Jabitsky's going to go up front and play alongside Lazoga, basically take off Hernandez, Sayas, and also Alioski as well. The flair players, the smaller players, the weaker players, with 20 minutes left. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, a tactical change might not work, but I'm actually happy to risk dropping the points just to kind of change things up and try something else out. So we'll see how we get on with that. I'm still hoping, though, that we've got enough in this team to either get ourselves a second goal or see out the rest of the game at 1-0. But again, don't like 1-0s. That's why I'm trying to ideally push for a second goal. Corner for Middlesbrough here. 13 minutes left of this game. We'll wait and see how we get on defending it. Hopefully, we can manage to get as many players back as possible to clear this one. Anita at the front post isn't ideal, but it goes out to O'Kane, who can head it away up to Lazoga. What's his pace like up against Fabio? Probably not going to be great, but he's still holding off with his strength. Still going to need some support. Who's he got alongside him? Going to have to wait for the run, and that's the worst pass possible, but nearly got there through Jabitsky. And that was, for some reason, I don't know why that pass was played. Just play it in front of you. It's so simple. Come on. Should have been the second goal, and that is even more of an embarrassment is that throwing. Jesus Christ. Why would you do that to us? Oh my God. What were you doing? Luckily, the finish was absolutely awful. Looks like we're trying to sabotage ourselves while at play at the moment. Absolutely dreadful. Jansen's had to go out and try and confront the attacker. Headed away by Ayling. Got to be cleared by Shaughnessy, and that's done fantastically as well to Jabitsky, who's got his fresh legs and pace. Can we get ourselves a second goal? Please let it happen. Ball goes into Lazoga. That is probably one of the worst crosses you'll ever see. Oh, no. No, you've not just done that. What a save, Reed Vile. That is a filthy pass, is that. Absolutely filthy. Gets in behind our defence perfectly. Our defence looks dreadful, by the way, with that pass. You should deal with that. It's a simple opportunity to deal with. 2 minutes left of this game. Middlesbrough somehow haven't sent up the goalkeeper or even all their players and still had to be cleared off the line. This is ridiculous defending. Rival gets there and eases the pressure for now. Cleared away, hopefully as far as Lazoga. Got to win that. Got to win that. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible defending. 5 at the back. Absolutely not. Not 5 at the back at all. Oh, why head it back into the box, you fool? It's a 1-0 victory. Can't really celebrate it too much, despite being another 3 points, because it's, again, 1 goal, again, poor defending, again, not a good enough performance. Leave your suggestions in the comment section below as to how we can fix this, because, yeah, performance-wise, not good enough. Not happy at all. 1 shot on target. 1 shot on target. I don't think I've ever done that. Don't think I've ever done that. 1 shot on target. Rubbish. So hopefully next episode we can improve, but the way that we're going, it seems like it's here to stay, and that's also requires changes that I thought I was going to be able to make with the tactics and the instructions that I'd applied on the players. Hasn't made a difference, to be totally honest, so yeah, I need to have a look at that next episode. We'll do some play drills before we end things here. Even though we are winning games and actually still undefeated, in today's episode at least, I don't feel like we're actually playing very well. We're not playing very well. But we do have positive news in that Vieira's gone up to 75 overall. It's fantastic news, in fact, for Vieira. We've gone up to 6 overall so far this season. It's actually looking really, really good in game as well. So one of the highlights certainly for us. But that's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate it if you went ahead and did that. So don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and also on Instagram at GameFaceHD as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and goodbye.